So this is the 1-inch, and it is pretty extreme in person, but it looks... You guys can probably tell I'm in Home Depot. I've been looking into the Focus ST mods. One of the first things that we need to do is a wing riser, and I am not about to pay Boomba 150 bucks for one, that's for sure. Neither do you guys. So we want to do a DIY one, do it yourself. I'm all about the DIY life. I have a bunch of stuff on my second channel, so check out Cameron Alford too. But let's go find the stuff we need in the bolts and fasteners aisle. We've made it, but there's so many options, but don't worry, I got you. You need to know before you start though, if you want a 3/4 inch lift, rise, whatever you want to call it, you need a 30mm bolt. Now I'm gonna go with the 1-inch rise. I'm just gonna go all out to show you what the extreme looks like for video purposes. That's a 40mm bolt with a 1-inch nylon spacer you're gonna see in a second. Okay, so we're going for the M6-1 in Home Depot. The only metric is in these drawers over here. So M6-1. Then we're going with the 40. We need 3 of them. There's 3 left. M6-1, 40. Is it just me, or is everyone in Home Depot just cool as frick? You know, you just kind of have that understanding of like, you have the patience to do things yourself. Same area. We got spacer, nylon, got 1-inch, all of these. And this guy right here, that's the 0.257. That's the inside of its width. I'm spacing on a technical term for it. I'm gonna grab 3 of these. A little lower. We're gonna get a fiber washer right here. Comes in packs of 2, 1/4 inch. The one's right in the front. Screenshot this right now here if you want. And I'm gonna grab 3 of these, so that's 6 total, so no metal is touching paint. Next up, we need some washers. We were just down there, now we're over here. Nuts and washers, we need the 1/4 inch. There's our 1/4 inch, 12 pack. Last thing you'll need is some electrical tape, but I already have some at home, and you guys probably do too, so I'm not gonna buy some, so make sure you grab that if you don't have any from Home Depot while you're here. We're at the self-checkout. Verify that everything is the same before you leave, so you don't hit yourself when you get home. All 3 40mm, all 3 spacers, all 3 fiber washers, and we got our 1/4 inch washers. Let's figure out how much these are. These guns are fun.
You don't work here, right?
I don't work here.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Got him! Got him!
And our grand total is $757. With tax, a total of $822. Not too bad for a $150 per potential purchase. Time to say goodbye to the stock wing height. No more. Straight into it, we are working with Torx bits for this, so you're gonna need these. If you don't have some, I'll leave a link in the description to this box I bought on Amazon or something very similar. That is a very reasonable price. We're gonna go with the T20 Torx on our ratchet. Looking at the back of the car, we need to take the 3rd brake light off first with our T20 Torx. Getting up close here, take it out, it's real simple. Number 1. Okay, these are just screwing into plastic, so when you do tighten these back in, make sure you don't over tighten them because you will crack plastic. Pulling the 3rd brake light out, we've got a clip here. Press it in with your thumb, pull it out gently. Push that out from the front side. Now we are free of wires with our 3rd brake light. We'll be tinting this to red in the future. I used a little plastic tool for door panels and such. I'll leave a link in the description as well to push that guy out that you just saw. Go ahead and get this plastic piece. You can grab it from down low, just pull gently. Don't be scared of this. It's just plastic clips that have metal attachments that snug it up. They're replaceable, but you'll be good. 3 bolts are exposed, 8mm. If you do not have any tools at all, I have a link in the description to common tools I use. I really encourage you guys to check out that Amazon list. It's super helpful outside of the specialty tools that you need for this exact install. Next up, put your T20 Torx back on. And we got 2 bolts over here. Then if you really want to get trick with it and make your life easier, get your mini impacts from my Amazon list of tools of recommendations with the attachment for the bit. We can just zap these guys off. The wing is completely free. The only thing holding it on are some plastic clips, so we're gonna go ahead and close this. Now, this is the part that will scare most people. You wanna grab both sides and just yank it off. Don't even trip, we don't need the plastic clips. It's all good. Let's clean this up underneath here where all this dust is and show you what we're gonna do next. Karma is a channel brand. If you wanna grab some Karma detail spray like I'm gonna use to wipe this down, karmaspeed.com. I also have some new t-shirts ready for pre-order on the website right now. I don't even have them myself yet. I have a couple limited red ones for sale, so make sure you check that out. And I got some black hats that are $59.50 or $9.50, new era snapback hats that I wear all the time. So go check that out if you support the channel. If you like the content, I'd really appreciate it. Snag one before they even go live. Before we get any farther, there's some things you need to know. We do not need the plastic clips on the edges, so you can slide those out. Let's grab this one over here. And this sits so far off of it. Let's take all plastic clips off, and then you will be fastening down the lower Torx bit, but not the taller one because it's gonna be lifted off of it. So now let's take our electrical tape, also link in description, and plug the holes that we will not need. Take your bolt, take a washer, put that guy on, take a plastic washer, put that guy on, and then we're gonna slide this through the wing, and then on the other side of the wing, we're gonna put the spacer and another plastic washer to protect our paint on both sides. Parker has the impact. He's applying pressure to the bolts so it's sturdy. I'm putting the spacer on and the plastic washer. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the wing. I'm gonna run my cables through both sides. This is gonna be definitely an awkward task. Okay, does it seem like it's holding? Okay, we are in place with one bolt now. Go ahead and you can pull that off, Parker. We're gonna do the other two while we have room to get the other bolts and the spacers in. Okay, stop there. All are on snug. Now let's get our 2 bolts on the side, our screws, with the Torx bit. And you wanna make sure that those 3 up top are loose because this guy over here needs to be lined up and you need some space to work with. These impact guns are seriously awesome. Check them out in the description. Everyone needs one of these, as well as the big one, but I haven't graduated to that yet. First look. So this is the 1-inch, and it is pretty extreme in person, but it looks good. We'll have to see what it looks like with the 3rd brake light on, but from the rear, a lot of people say, oh, it looks broken. I think from angles like this where you see that gap, it definitely doesn't look proper. But when you look at the car overall, it adds a much sportier look. And this car needs all the help it can get in the sporty department because, yeah, so you can see the crazy difference now. I think the 3/4 is for the people who are scared of the extreme because the 1-inch is pretty aggressive.
Like, looking at it like this, I guess maybe it looks a little high from the back, but if you're driving down the road or just walking by, I think it looks fine.
Yeah, it does look good. Like, especially from this angle, it looks really aggressive now. Let's put our third brake light back. We're gonna go ahead and slide this guy in, real easy plug. This guy goes in like so. Snaps into place. All of our wiring is good. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten these by hand, not with that gun because of this plastic. Last thing I wanna do is crack it. Looks pretty sick. I'm digging it. Parker, can we show them? So this is where people can complain about the DIY. If you can see in there, let me grab this light. From certain angles, you really look up in there, you'll see the white spacers. I might go back later and spray paint these black and we will have zero issues. Everyone has a can of black spray paint usually on the shelf. If you don't, it's only a couple bucks. So if that really, really bothered you, you could definitely take care of that, no problem. It's not worth the money to go pay 150 bucks for a wing riser kit, unless you're just that anal about your car. But if you're on a budget, like we are always, to teach you guys what's poppin'. I think it looks better than it did. I don't think it looks flush, which that's usually how I like things, is just kind of very seamless. This is a little aggressive, I feel like right here. So I'm gonna switch to the 3/4 inch later and I'll show you guys that and we'll see if I like it better. But for now I'm gonna rock it. It's a nice little change up. This car really, really needs anything it can get, especially for the rear end. I feel like the front is very sporty. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a break, clean the car for the first time, and go take it for a rip later. First wash, she looks pretty good. She could use a little more of a better detail, but headed out of town tomorrow, so don't want to go too crazy. She gets some spacers soon, and a couple other little details. Oh, also, Parker, can you go rev it up for me real quick? I want to ask them something. So I'm curious, what makes this EcoBoost motor make this sound? Hold it at like 2,000. It almost sounds like a timing chain. Is it something with the turbo? I've heard that sound get progressively worse with STs that have higher miles. It doesn't seem to be an issue apparently, but I'm curious, does anyone know what that sound is? I'm really, really curious. Let me know. I just don't know enough about these EcoBoost engines yet. This gives you a good look at the wing. Also, another thing, can I replace these with new ones? Because these are pretty scratched up. Let me know if you guys have replaced those before. But I'm actually really digging the wing. I think I might keep the 1 inch. Almost forgot to put this guy back on.